So today's video is definitely going to be one very interesting video, because today we are going to find out whether the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term might have found bottom after dropping below 80,000, or what kind of scenario should we expect next. Because if we look at the price action using different time frame, using different scenarios, yes, we are being flashed with some very interesting moves. So before I talk about it, before we jump into the content, please do me a favor and destroy that like button. And guys, let's try to reach at least 1,000 like in this video, because video like this takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. So if you appreciate what I'm doing, then please destroy that like button. Thank you very much. Now, first thing first, looking at this descending triangle pattern, you know, we were talking about this similar formation forming in our price action. I mean, Bitcoin, after losing the support around this lower trend line, could be forming a very similar pattern, just like I shown in an example. And if we look at it right now, things played out exactly as how we anticipated. But the question here is, has the price found bottom after dropping below 80,000? And now, should we prepare ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this? Because it's not just only the descending triangle showing us a weakness in price action, but even in a weekly time frame, we were aware Bitcoin lost the support, one of the most important support which we had from this falling trend line, because we were expecting a descending broadening wedge type of formation to play out here. I mean, Bitcoin breaking out from this descending broadening wedge after testing the support around 86,000. But I was very clear, if the support in a weekly breaks below 86,000, then we might be free falling, which it did. And now, if we look at it carefully, the price of Bitcoin is below this falling trend line, the previous support line, but now the same trend line will be looked as a resistance in case of a rally. I mean, if the price of Bitcoin comes around 80 to 83,000, the same trend line which previously acted as support will be acting as a resistance. So we have to be very careful, because this relief rally, what we are witnessing right now, could be just a temporary rally. I mean, Bitcoin showing strength here in the medium short term, and then heading towards the final price target, which could be in between 70,000, 75,000. And why between that range? Because we are aware, according to this symmetrical triangle in a 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin previously had a very similar move. I mean, after free falling, we had a relief rally. If you look at it carefully, you can see, guys, after free falling, we had a relief rally, but at the end, price formed a new lower low. Here, free fall had a relief rally, but at the end, we formed a new lower low. So if this results in a very similar move, Bitcoin coming around 80 to 83,000 and free falling, then you can see, guys, according to our symmetrical triangle, this is a very symmetrical triangle, our price objective sits in between 70,000, 75,000. We are expecting Bitcoin to get attracted around that area, find bottom, and only after that choose an actual trend duration. Because right now, beside this symmetrical triangle, beside this descending triangle, even this ascending broadening wedge pattern is playing out perfectly. I mean, according to this ascending broadening wedge, a bearish continuation pattern, Bitcoin looks like following this exact pattern which played out in this example. More sideways movement, few rallies to the upside, and then heading towards the original trend direction. So that's why what I showed you with this example, right? There might be a relief rally, but this relief rally does not mean we are bullish. We have found bottom, and Bitcoin is going to show a reversal which might look somehow like this. Please be aware. First, we have to overcome some of the key line of resistance. Only after that, we know this was the bottom. 77, 78,000 was the bottom, and now we must focus on a move to the upside. But for now, as long as we remain below this key trend line, we are expecting a rally to the upside, just a temporary rally. So that's why, guys, we need to be careful, because even in a weekly time frame, before the price of Bitcoin started breaking out, you can see we got attracted towards this trend line. Only after testing the support from this trend line, we had an actual bullish move. I showed you this a couple of times in my video, right? So if this results in another continuation, another retest around this rising trend line before breaking out, you can see first there will be a move, Bitcoin getting attracted in between 70,000, 75,000, and only after that to choose a trend duration. So that is another reason. Please be aware. wait until certain line of support or resistance gets broken before jumping into any trade, because even according to our leading indicator for the month of March, Bitcoin is clearly below the CPI trend line, and we know the CPI trend line is one of the most important support which we have to regain. So if the price of Bitcoin wants to invalidate all the bearish scenario which I just showed you, what must happen in the medium short term? We must come across this bottom CPI line. If we manage to come across 86,000, then you can see, guys, this bearish continuation pattern will be looking like this. I mean 76, 77,000 bottom, and Bitcoin after that could be heading towards the first target, which is going to be again around 98, 99,000. So for that, Bitcoin must overcome the resistance which we have around 85, 86,000. Otherwise, just like here, after free fall or relief rally later resulted in a lower low. Same thing could be happening here as well. A relief rally later could be resulting in a lower low, because for the month of March, our bearish target is still open. I mean, guys, you can see the first bearish target monthly S1 line is still open, and even this bearish target sits around 74,000. That's why I'm actually expecting 70 to 75,000. In between that range is where we might be getting attracted, and only after that Bitcoin to choose an actual direction. But for now, for the medium short term, yes, we have tested some key trend line. I mean, this trend line, this falling trend line previously resulted in a bullish move. Each and every test around this falling trend line or the lower trend line from the descending broadening wedge resulted in a bullish move. So same trend line got tested, and now we are seeing buyers stepping in. So if this results in a continuation which might look somehow like this, what must happen in the medium short term? Bitcoin must come across the resistance which we have around 86,000, 85, 86,000. Unless we do that, unless we come across this 85, 86,000, any sort of a rally will be just a temporary rally, and Bitcoin showing a final move towards the 70, 75,000, and only after that choose an actual trend duration. And the reason is very simple, because if you look at this price action from the top, from where we started free falling right to the bottom, you can see the 0.5, 0.618 Fibonacci line also lines in between 86 to 85,000. What does this mean? A dead cat bounce type of formation. I mean, Bitcoin showing a move like this, right? A rally in between 0.5, 0.618 Fibonacci line, 85, 86,000, and then heading towards the original direction. So that's why, to avoid this bearish move, we must break the resistance which we have around 85, 86,000. Only after that we know this is going to result in a bullish continuation, which will bring the price of Bitcoin again around 100,000. So to invalidate this bearish move, we have to overcome the resistance which we have around 85, 86,000. But we know it won't be that easy, because Bitcoin still needs to break out from the resistance from this Williams alligator indicator. And since this is a bearish Williams alligator indicator, any sort of a rally will be facing resistance from this Williams alligator indicator, and we might see a continuation which might look somehow like this. So according to this Williams alligator indicator, you can see we have strong resistance around 85, 86,000. Even according to our Bollinger Band, we have strong resistance, because that will be resulting in a bearish continuation. I mean, this is a breakout from lower band, and lower band only gets broken when the price is preparing itself for a downtrend. So that's why, guys, that's why if we overcome the resistance around 85, 86,000, we will be above the center line. We will be inside this Williams alligator indicator. We will be above the 0.5, 0.618 Fibonacci line, invalidating the dead cat bounce scenario, and price will be re-entering inside one of the most important support for the month of March. So this is what we want. I mean, Bitcoin regaining its trend above 85, 86,000. Otherwise, things could get very ugly. Bitcoin could still come for a retest around 70, 75,000, and only after that choose a trend duration. So that's why, to avoid this bearish move, to avoid another continuation to the downside, Bitcoin must come across 85, 86,000. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye-bye.